Hello. So today we're going to talk about the putting SVR brakes from the SVR F-PACE onto, say, the V6S F-PACE. I started this project several months ago thinking it'd be pretty straightforward. The front knuckles, rear knuckles are the same on the SVR as the F-PACE. I got some discs in, thought everything was the same, thought the brackets would be the only thing different on the calipers on the rear. Come to find out, the only difference between the SVR and the S is the hub. So I'm gonna kind of show you that real quick. So this is the one off my S, and you can see the space between here. And I'm trying to tell you how big this is. It's really close. As you can see, the studs are almost touching back there. And on this, it is 13 millimeters, roughly ½ inch. However, this is an SVR knuckle here. And if you look, you can see much more space. And if we measure this, we're looking at 18.5 millimeters. So even though there's not much space, it doesn't seem like a big difference. When you put the larger rotors on, because they're much thicker, they would kind of hit. I guess I could have run it without dust shields, but even then, because the way it is, it was hitting this collar. So after I took everything apart, I realized that and couldn't understand what the problem was. And then I realized I needed the right hub. So what you can do on this is, since these are both the same parts, same bearings, so the way this works is you have this axle which sits inside a bearing in here, and that's the axle on the inside. So they press out the axle or the hub, and then there's a snap ring in there. You take off the snap ring, and there's a bearing. You press the bearing in. That's how you replace the bearings. So you could just order this one hub, and then you take this off your car, bring it down to a place. If you have a press the center out, press the new one in. What I did is I went ahead and just got a set of knuckles off an SVR. When they came in, what I did is I pressed these out, put in new bearings because it was already off the car. Didn't need to do that because the SVR had low miles on it. Put new bearings in there, put these axles on here. So now when I go to swap these out, I do my own work in my garage here. I'm out without a car for several days, so I didn't have to take this old one off and then take this somewhere, have them do all the work, come back, and then reinstall everything. I decided just to go this route, and plus it was actually more cost effective to buy a complete knuckle off of eBay, because the other thing that you need besides this to go to larger brakes is the dust shields. There's the large brakes on our S here, and then this is the SVR dust shield. So you can see there's quite a bit of difference, and usually 9 times out of 10 when you order a knuckle, it'll come with the dust shield already on it. So that's one less thing you have to get, because the dust shields, regular dust shields from Jaguar, like this is like 90 bucks or something. This is $400 and something for whatever reason. So a whole knuckle complete, I think I paid maybe 125 bucks a piece or something like that. So very, very cost effective. So you're gonna need this to be able to do the brake swap. Besides the knuckle to stick out, you'll need a dust shield. You'll also need the caliper bracket and caliper. So over here, this is the bracket that comes off the S. And they all bolt up in the same place. This is the one for the SVR, and you notice it's taller, and the reason for that is because it sticks out farther because you have a bigger disc. So that's the difference between these. The rear caliper is pretty much the same across a lot of the lines. It just ends up being a bracket. And on the SVR, because it is a larger rear disc, they also changed up the caliper a little bit. So even though the calipers are pretty much the same, they look the same, they use the same e-brake, this will open up a little bit wider than this, the jaws will, to get the pads in there. So that's something, and when you order, like I said, I ordered these off of eBay, so I was able to get the bracket. At first I just put the brackets on, and my S calipers bolted right up to them, no problem. It's just the discs are too thick. So if I was to put in a thinner rear disc, it would probably work. The other thing it needs besides that, let me see. Oh, the disc itself. So let me grab that. So now the rotors. Here is the stock rotor. Here is the Velocity AP SVR rotor. You notice the difference? I'll turn these sideways, and this is probably twice as thick as this one over here. So I'll kind of show you, but I can't do this without dropping everything. So when this is on here, you know, it kind of clears that backside. However, this new one, it has a built-in spacer, so there's studs already on it. So if we put this on here, it starts to come down, but it can't get all the way down. So the problem is you can't seat this. So as you can see, it's kind of rocking on here a little bit, so it would never come all the way down. And it has to do with the hub itself and the way this was coming down. So on the new one, get this out of the way, bring this one over. As you can see, this sits and doesn't wobble or anything. And you just bolt on the nuts, and now you have this on the rear. So, and as far as the difference in thickness, I'll go ahead and measure that real quick for you, just so you can see. But these here are, this is zeroed out. Yeah, this is 20 millimeters. Oh. This is 28 millimeters. Big difference. So that's what it's going to take to do this. So I'll go ahead and show the video of me swapping out the knuckles. So it's like I said, to do this, you have to swap out just the hub. However, to get the hub out, you have to take the knuckle out. And it sounds real scary, and I thought it was going to be a real scary, hairy deal. It wasn't. It probably took me, I'd say, an hour, maybe, just because it's the first time I did that, and I was kind of videoing, and as I went through, I did the passenger side rear side. Now I'm going to do the driver side rear right now and set that up. That should go a lot quicker. So I'll show you the video on that. And getting all that in there. So, have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll try to help you the best I can. But to get the big brakes on there, this is what it's going to take to do it. Thanks for watching.